Hello everyone, welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to talk about schedule compression techniques. Why we use schedule compression techniques? There are many reasons you may want to compress the schedule. Your project could have been delayed and you have to bring it back on schedule. Management may also ask you to compress the schedule. Often, this happens when your resources are needed for a new opportunity. Project delays can happen for many reasons. For example, an unrealistic schedule, unavailability of resources, the occurrence of unidentified risk. Other reasons include the client wants you to complete the project early. There is an opportunity to get another project if you can complete this one early. You can use one of two schedule compression techniques to compress our project. First is fast stacking and second is crashing. So fast stacking. What is fast stacking? Fast stacking is a schedule compression technique in which activities or phases normally performed in a sequence are done in parallel for at least a portion of their duration. In fast stacking, you review the critical path and list all vital activities. Then you analyze which one can be performed partially or fully parallel with other activity. You will not review the activities on the non-critical path they have flawed. Reducing the duration of those activities will not affect the schedule, it will only give you more float to them. You should monitor other paths whose duration are close to the critical path. If any other path become critical, you will reduce the duration of the new critical path. In this case, your current path will not longer be critical. To compress the schedule, project managers start with fast stacking because it does not cost more. However, it increases the risk as activities are overlapping. As a rule of thumb, you can fast track sequential activities by 33%. This means you can start the next activity when the previous is 66% complete. Both activities partially overlap. It will increase the risk but within acceptable limits. So, for example, this is our timeline, and these are the activities which have the relationship finish to start, and we want to use the fast tagging technique. We will overlap these activities. For example, we overlap this activity, and similarly we can overlap these activities. When half of this activity is completed, then we will start second activity, and when second activity is completed, we will start third activity. This technique is used for these activities which we can start when the previous activity would be half. So now we will define crashing. Crashing is a technique used to shorten the schedule duration for the least incremental cost by adding resources. In crashing, you review the critical path activities and find ones that can be completed early with extra resources that can provide the highest compression with the least cost. Afterward, you will apply the crashing to those activity. While crashing, you will monitor other paths as well. It is possible that duration of other paths could become equal or greater than your critical path. Initially, you will get a greater reduction in duration with less input cost. However, as you continue further, the cost will increase and the reduction will. A few examples of crashing techniques are over time, more resources. Crashing cannot be applied to all activities. So, this is our timeline, and here we can see how to apply the crashing. For example, if one activity have to complete it in 10 hours, so we can use two resources to complete it in 5 hours. So similarly, it decreases the duration by increasing the. Here we can see. Similarly, we can also decrease it. It increases the cost of our project but decreases the time. While you use crashing on those where adding extra resources can be decrease their duration. When should you use the fast tracking or crashing? This depends on your situation and requirements. For example, if the client wants to complete the project early and can pay you extra money, you use the crashing. Generally, you will start with the fast tracking to shorten the schedule. Once you are done, you can go for crashing if necessary. Sometimes you may use both techniques. For example, the client is threatening to fine you for the delay. To avoid this, you will compare the cost of crashing with the fine. If the crashing cost outweighs the fine, you will use it with the fast tracking for maximum schedule compression. You may also use crashing if the project delay can affect the company's image or credibility. And the next question about schedule compression techniques. Why are schedule compression techniques applied to critical path? As the name suggests, these are schedule compression techniques. The schedule is based on the critical path, the longest path of the network diagram, and its duration is that of the project. Reducing other paths would not reduce the duration of your project. You will just give those paths more float. If you want to reduce the duration of schedule, you will shorten the duration of critical path. Projects often get delayed and you have to compress the schedule. Fast tracking and crashing are two ways to do that. These techniques help you decrease the duration of your project. Fast tracking does not involve cost but increases the risk. Crashing does not significantly increase the risk but it is a costly process. Use these techniques carefully because you are dealing with the critical activities. Any wrong step can affect your project negatively. So now we will move on. Primavera. Welcome on Primavera dashboard, and here we are going to learn how to apply the fast tracking technique. We are going to apply the fast tracking technique on pipe sleeve WBS, which contains four activity. So we will click on second activity. and here we click on relationship. This has the relationship finish to start relationship with the first activity. We give the lag. If we will give the lag of 2, it delay that activity 2 days, but we will give the lag -2 that overlap with first activity. So similarly we will give the lag of -2 to all activities. So now we will click on resource usage profile. So here we can see that, and here we will click on resource, and here is the data. We will click, and additional data option, show limit, show over allocation. So apply. This shows the over allocation of resources. These red lines shows the over allocation. So we are going to remove this over allocation. So we will click on first activity, and we will click on, where is the, here is the resource option, resources. So these are our resources. We will increase their time, maximum time of all these resources, 20 hours of a day. So similarly we will give the, we will increase the resources hour. We increase the time of resources, we can say it over time. So now we will click on activities, and here we can see that we remove the over allocation. Above this line over allocation would occur. So now we will learn how to use the crashing. Crashing is basically increase the number of resources. So similarly we can use it. That was all about in this lecture. See you next time.